Hello, how's everybody doing today? I haven't talked to y'all in a while. It seems like a while. I wanted to tell you a story. It's about being hooked on drugs, where there were these co-workers, and one of them got injured at work, and she had to take off. While she was off and taking these pain meds, she got addicted to pills. So her other coworker was checking in on her, see how she was doing. Sometimes they'd go out to lunch or whatever. Sometimes she, needed to borrow some money because she didn't have her regular income coming in, and she always paid it back. She's like, "Oh, girl, when I get my check, I'll pay you back." She always did. So suddenly she stops hearing from her coworker, the one that got injured on the job. And she tried calling her, she never would answer. And then she only would contact her when she needed something. She'd be like, "Oh, girl, I'm sorry I didn't call you. Da 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 da." And she's like, "Do you have, such and such amount of money that I could borrow?" And she'd always pay it back. So then it got to the point to where she started getting deeper and deeper in debt. She's like, "I'm gonna lose my house, I'm gonna lose my car, I've done lost my job, they released me. Can you help me out? I need to pay my car payment." So this coworker would help her out. And after she helped her out, once again she disappeared. She wouldn't hear from her anymore. And then she said, "Oh, can I borrow a few more dollars from you? I don't have anything to eat at the house." And so she met her, and she was going to give her a little money for food. And when she got there, she could literally see her rib cage. She'd lost so much weight that you could see her rib cage. So she asked her about it. She's like, "Are you okay?" She's like, "Yeah, girl, I'm okay." She said, "You're awful thin. You're not doing drugs, are you?" "No, girl, I'm not doing drugs. I thought at first I had cancer. Then they found out it was my thyroid, but I'm okay." So she gives her the money and she says, "I'm going to be praying for you, and I hope that you're all right." And she's like, "Okay, girl, thanks. I'll get your money back to you." So she doesn't hear anything from her for a while. She calls her and texts her, never hears anything. So she's like, "I think she's on drugs. I'm just going to let that go and, chalk it up as a loss." And then finally, after months and months, another coworker ran into this girl, and she was on the bus stop. And they stopped and said, "What are you doing?" And she said, "Well, I lost my job, I lost my car, I lost my house." She's like, "You got a couple dollars I can get? I'm just trying to go down to such and such a street." And they was like, "No." She said, "Well, can you give me a ride?" And they said, "No, I'm on my way to an appointment. I can't give you a ride." And so they go back and they tell the other coworker, "Well, I seen your friend and she looked really bad. She was in really bad shape. She was wanting money. She was wanting a ride. She was on the bus stop. And I don't know what's going on with her." So that coworker continues to pray for her and pray for her and pray for her. And finally, one day, she gets a knock on her door, and it's that coworker that she'd been so worried about, concerned about. And she says, I'm sorry that I didn't get back with you. I was going through a lot, and I'm getting myself straightened out now. She says, I'm with this organization now, and they're helping me get clean. They've got me an apartment lined up. I'm about to move. They helped me get a job. And I just want to thank you for listening to me, talking to me, praying for me, supporting me, and helping me. She said, I really appreciate it. She said, excuse me, I got that money that I borrowed from you for my car payment, and I want to give it back to you. So the coworker says, well, thank you. Thank you. I'm glad you're doing better, and I hope you're all right. And she said, you've just been so good to me. You were just like an angel heaven sent, and I really appreciate everything you did for me. And she says, can I borrow this money back? She said, what do you mean, can you borrow the money back? She said, can I borrow this money back? She said, I didn't really have it to give to you. She said, but I just felt so bad. I felt so guilty because you have been so good to me. And she said, I just want to know, can I borrow the money back? And they cried and they hugged each other, and she told her, just keep it. Just keep the money. I appreciate you trying to pay me back. And I'm going to continue to keep you in my thoughts and prayers. And God bless you. So I wanted to share that story with you because it does pay off when you're good to people and you help people and you try to help them see the way. And as always, I love you and take care. Until next time.